o'clock, whenever you guys are.
I think Rhiannon is coming.
Okay, I'll wait a little bit.
Maybe give her a minute or two.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you.
Sure. And the conference room is open for you guys today?
Okay.
So it'll be more comfortable than the
Okay.
office.
I think.
Yep.
That works.
You're kidding.
Darcy decided to use the restroom
Yeah.
while we were waiting, so.
It's raining outside. It just started raining. Like just like a lot or
Sunny
like
rain.
a little.
It's sunny rain again? Did it like randomly last night? About, wait, is that thunder? It did that randomly last night about 6:30 or 7. It's just like, it was beautiful, sunny.
That was weird, right? Bob, you got green on too? We're all very matchy. Michelle wins the prize though. That is with the backpack, that is.
That's right.
I'm
So it's
completely
matching.
I
matching.
forgot it was picture day.
Oh yeah, it was picture
I
day
missed it.
today
I
for
dressed-
us.
Oh,
I dressed
yeah.
for that, so it's-
I forgot to get my cat hair. He missed his last one.
I'll rub on the last t-shirt.
Okay,
Okay.
Good?
Here. Yeah.
you guys good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, welcome back. Meeting 4, I believe, September 16th. And so we will throw it on the table for whoever wants to start the discussion.
We could start where we left off with the resignations last time. We know there was concern about the way that we had written the penalty payment coming out of the last check. We did look at there are other schools that have the same, other districts that have that language, but we realized that that's not something that would be agreed upon. So what we've done is we looked at other districts, and we have several, if you wanna see what we've been looking at to see what others do. We took some language, I guess, I don't know why I'm hogging it, I'm sorry.
Paper.
You guys,
Watch out, Bob.
you guys, it's been a long week, and it's
It's only
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, sorry. Okay, let me get back in the swing of what I'm doing here. Okay, so what we did is we took some language from another district and just put liquidating damages must be paid at the time of the resignation is submitted. I know there was concern about doubling the amounts. We did add $500. We felt like that was more in line with what other districts in the area have. So we thought that was a good compromise.
What's the $500?
We added $500 to the amounts. So where it was $1,200, now it's $1,700. Where it was $1,800, now it's $2,300.
Okay, thank you.
And just, could you clarify, what was the thought behind increasing the amounts?
We feel like these more align with what other districts in our area.
So, just to make it a more of a deterrent for people, is that part of the thought process? Or I'm just trying to understand again. I think one of the things that our team felt last time was that the 1 or 2 people that are being penalized and haven't paid, if they're not paying the lower amounts, then increasing that amount, what's your thought process behind that?
I see what you're saying. Yes, we do think it may be more of a deterrent. We understand. We know that there will be cases where it's best if people do go. This is just something that the board as a whole felt strongly in. And we thought that a $500 increase put us more in line with other districts in the area.
So there is no change to increasing the amount if a teacher gives you resignation early so that you're able to find somebody. We're not increasing those amounts.
Are you talking resignation for the next year?
Right, so there's language there.
No,
number
it would
5.
just be the mid-year, the June 2nd to 3rd, July 1st, 31st, and the August through 30th. Through May 30th, sorry.
So the number 5 there at the bottom,
No,
you're not interested in increasing the amount that's given if a teacher gives you early resignation so that you're able to find somebody to replace them for the following year.
our focus has been on the resignations because there have been challenges with the resignations. Many different ways, many different aspects of challenges with the resignations, so that was the early resignations was our priority this negotiations.
Anybody have any other questions?
We had also added in there that universal leave could not be used and following the notice period, but we did remove that because we think there will be times when it's necessary. And there are other ways that we can handle that. There are already in the agreement.
Okay. I think I'd like to caucus and so we go discuss this.
You guys want my office or you want to go first? Nope. Floor is on. Yes, there.
Send out the bat signal to Mrs. Vaughn and Briscoe, so hopefully they'll come too.
Well, I meant to be on time, but
I know, me too, got back from school.
yeah,
Put in water.
I don't think. Appreciate it. I walked out of the building and everybody brain, where did this come from?
Like,
Hey guys,
Hey,
hello?
how are you?
great, how are you?
Okay.
Some days, that's all you got. That's all you can ask for some days.
God, this morning, yesterday I had a sub, and I don't know how, well, I kinda know how part of it happened. I sent in my lesson plans to the secretary, who I did not know was gone yesterday. And so it did not make it to the sub, but somehow the sub got a lesson plan I had used 2 years ago in April.
Oh, boy.
And so she passed out chapter 1, or chapter 5, which is September,
Right.
you know. Chapter 5 study guide for the quote-unquote test tomorrow for my Spanish 1 students. And my Spanish 1 students got there this morning and were freaking out. I was like, no, you don't have a chapter 5 test. God.
I did that, I just haven't gone to ask a friend. I never forgot. And so, I don't know what this sub did.
Yeah. I'm assuming the sub was panicking.
Yeah.
But they got into a bit of a power struggle, I think.
Oh, there's always that. I did that with a 3rd grader when I subbed. And that was when I was trying to figure out, I'm gonna segment out, I was very young. And we were trying to decide who's gonna teach a class, I thought it should be me.
Naturally.
He was pretty sure it should be him.
Of course.
And we're trying to figure out what the plan was while he and I are struggling over who's gonna take control.
Was it at least a kid who could feasibly, like, they usually understand the lesson, or is it?
Yeah, that was probably smart.
Yeah.
Smart and uncontrolled, and willing to take over.
You guys have a good day?
Yeah, keep playing.
Good day.
go.
I have a drink and she got one. Thank you though.
Thank you, Debbie.
Appreciate it.
So I like went to go walk out and he came in and I was like, okay, fine, I'll go. Taking up your space. Okay. So I didn't realize that CJ was gonna be gone for Friday or whatever, so I wasn't plans to for CJ. And she didn't get my lesson plans because I don't know how this got a lesson plan. They had a lesson plan from April 2 years ago. And it said, you know, the copies are on my desk, and of course the copies were not on my desk. And it was the Unit 5 study guide. Somehow they got the Unit 5 study guide, which I don't know, like, were they looking for my Google Drive or what? But they passed out the Unit 5 study guide to just anyone kid, and the test tomorrow. How more are we in Unit 5? You know, and Maverick was trying to help her. He was telling her, like, I don't think this is the right assignment. You know, it says 422 at the top. She wasn't listening. She's like, I'm a sub. You know, he's right though. And so apparently, like at noon, they had the right lessons, but everything before noon was wrong. So. Yeah. God.
It's good to know. That is good to know.
Yeah.
Yes, but can I talk to a supervisor? I got a special case. Yeah, no, you can don't call the 12. Thank you. Everybody hangs up on me, they don't look at it, thank you.
Don't go away, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, I was just leaving, stop me.
My windows are down.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
why is it raining when it's sunny out? It did that to me yesterday when I was walking, I was like, what are we doing?
Well,
Just gonna
okay, well,
Clearwater is
why
running
we
through my
had
head right now.
49 inches of rain out of my farm since the third week of April.
It has been raining a lot.
It's like the off season, right, flowers are pretty though. I'll take it.
Right. I went for a walk yesterday and by my second lap, it was like sprinkling and I was like, oh, there's like no clouds, it'll go away, and it did not, and I got soaked. And I was like, well, so I only walked for like 15 minutes.
I came down the street and I was like, what?
Right.
I couldn't hear it, I was like too busy. Send us a yeah, just too bright.
And I gotta make more copies because the copies that were on my desk, the stuff passed out and those were not the right copies. So now, of course, the one time that I sent off the copies like weeks in advance
Right.
and
That's, I think that's just, these are habitual. It's not like the first 4 minutes.
I don't understand people that send off copies like way early. What do you do with the copies when they're done?
Well,
They're just sitting in piles everywhere.
well, remember, I've got my background, which is, yeah, you're going to my background, you're like, no, this is how it's done. You are a cautionary tale.
If I send off the copies too far in advance, then they just accumulate in piles and then I can't find them when I need them.
My favorite thing ever to purchase used to be cheap. So there's something called file jackets, and they have a glass set of papers. It's like a file folder that ends, that expands. Right, easy piece, right, yeah, this is for information. Yeah.
Oh, I'm tired. I always wondered that, are you somebody that like
Did you
didn't
hear me say am I in the wrong place? Because I walked in the door and
Oh, right.
nobody,
Yeah.
nobody, and I
Well, when
thought,
I
oh
walked in, I
no.
was like, I don't wanna be the only one.
I walked in and this whole row was empty and I'm like, they're in a different room, no neighbor here.
I know.
Two of us.
So I was afraid.
I whispered, I was like.
What are they?
They're talking about, the raising the, what they penalize people who, teachers who break their contract early. They will raise that to $500.
Fucking hell. I hope not.
Nobody's listening. They heard me talking to telemarketers.
Well, that's what I thought. Carla said she would watch the video. Video about
'cause I use a caucus in here and then, I'm like, yeah, that'll be why.
Okay, well, so I brought my Chromebook so that we could. I need to, okay, what? Okay, you're on freshman team. I'm gonna be on your on senior team and CrewCon, and you have somebody who's completing early. So I looked ahead into the end of December, and I think she'll be okay with what we get done in December.
Perfect, so she'll just follow along, right, with us?
Yes, there might be one other thing we have to add toward the end to get her a somewhat complete portfolio, but we still have to have those exit interviews the last week
Right.
of CrewCon, yeah. So the team will have to schedule interviewers, and you'll have to see how many students need an interview. And keeping in mind, it's only 30 minutes, so you could only probably do 2, unless you have a lot of rooms going with interviews.
Right.
I have no idea how many there are,
Yeah.
so.
Is your early completing? No, I don't recognize that. I don't have that code. I don't recognize it.
I was thinking if you and Carl were here, we could talk about how do you use student licenses fall together. Yes, I don't want it to be sitting on the table like it has been for the last 3 years. So my idea was to have them stand up and present and project.
Some people do that every year.
Do they stand up?
Some people do that.
Well, it hasn't been a presentation, it's been a conversation up to this point, so I think if we have a theme of my journey or, but I want them to invite everybody who helped them on their journey, not just the parents, so it could be a coach or it could be another teacher.
Do they have to invite somebody else or just?
They don't have to, but if we're gonna talk about, this was my journey and this is how I got here and how I made these decisions and these people influenced me along the way, I want them to be there as I talk about, this is what I learned and this is what I wish freshmen knew, or something with a theme where we're looking back but also looking forward.
They've been on a journey.
Yeah.
Just.
So if you could take that topic to your routine time and talk about maybe making it more of this is, just like I described it, like looking back, but also looking forward, inviting other people to listen, and maybe even talking about how the people that are in the room influence them.
Kind of a thank you as well.
Yes, so, I haven't fleshed out student life conferences for seniors yet, so as soon as I get your feedback, I'll add those details.
Is that just for seniors?
Just for seniors, make it different so that it's not like what they've had the last 3 years.
Right. Yeah. But it's like.
And then in the spring, it's their interview. Hi,
Hello, you're fine.
I heard everything coming in.
Oh, I'm just letting everyone know. But even whisper, because I have it on back there, because I was.
Could you hear
Mhm.
Could you hear what you're talking about?
A little. But I was talking to Adam, so. But I just feel like. Make sure everybody knows. I'll wait.
See, I know with my body.
So I could even tell it was you.
Good God. We need to get those cameras from the high school. They're like, the same cameras from the.
So just an FYI, I just want to make sure you could.
More fans.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Trickling in.
What?
I thought you were leaving. Said have a good night.
What? Yes, there's lots. People are upset all the time.
that, we had still just to make sure that I know we asked this before, but we wanted to double check. A number of people that we have had that required this penalty, since this language has been put into the agreement, is 5.
I don't have that memorized, but it's 5, 6. in
Okay,
that
that's what
area.
we thought too, but I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
And then of those 5, we know that at least, I think at least 1 went through the appeals process and was granted their amount back.
Correct.
And then 2 are still outstanding as far
I
as
think just
1 is outstanding,
Well, we had one this year.
Oh, yeah, 2. Yep.
2 that are out.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think you had 3 appeals, correct?
We had people appeal but
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
receive the
Right.
benefit back.
Correct.
Okay.
We're not successful in the appeal.
Right, okay, okay. So, we still are a little bit unsure why we need to change language for just those small amounts of people that this has an impact on. And then, and correct me if I'm wrong, the last information I had gathered, for the districts that are close in our, category as far as 4A and close by. Rose Hill has the exact same amounts that we currently have in the agreement. Augusta had $300 for their first penalty, and ours is currently $1,200. Their second step in their penalty amounts was $450. Their third step was $600, and then the last one was $750, which is their last step is quite a bit less than what our first step was. I couldn't find any information on Clearwater having this type of language.
Correct. Clearwater does not have a resignation fee.
In Mulvane, I had $400 for their first penalty, $800 for the next, $1,200, and then the $3,000. El Dorado, I had $1,000, $1,500, and then 4% of their contract amount after the August 1st date, which, I mean, that's gonna be different for everybody, but let's say approximately $2,000-ish for the average person. And then I had Winfield just had 1, which was the $3,000 after the 3rd Friday in May. And Renwick had $500 and then $100 each week up to $5,000. So most of those, I mean, there are a few that are higher amounts than us, but we felt like a majority of them are less than what we have currently. And we also felt as though it seems like, and I'm sure this probably isn't your what you were wanting to do, but it seems like we're more worried about penalizing people than rewarding them. And we would like to see if we're gonna make an increase in the penalty, that we also would make an increase in the amounts that are given if you give an early resignation and you're allowing the district additional time to find replacements for you. And I guess that would be our other question is, do you know how many people in the last few years since we had this language have received the stipend for early retirement or early resignations?
We did, I don't have a number, Darcy may,
I don't.
on how many. We did look at others and we felt like we were fairly in line with what others were doing. What we would be willing to do is if we can get language added that says that the damages, the liquidating damages must be paid at time of resignation, we would keep the amounts the same as they are now. I think that would satisfy what the board is needing.
So our other concern about that, when we're saying that it's due at the time of resignation, we felt like that puts another burden on the accounting department in the likelihood that somebody would appeal and then that appeal would get overturned, then you're
This,
giving
we're
them
actually
money,
doing
they're
this because
giving
it was
money.
something the accounting department asked us to do. They said
So
it would be
if they're
easier
given-
for them.
If they give you their penalty amount the day they resign, and then they appeal to you, and you agree that they have a good reason to appeal, then you're giving them that money back.
Yes,
It's in the
it's in the language.
I understand it's in the language, but isn't that an extra step? Like we're paying you back? Like if we allowed
I
them an
don't-
amount of time, which I know it originally said 30 days, if you're allowing them an amount of time, then you wouldn't necessarily maybe need to do that.
Personally, I don't understand the process and it's not for me to understand. What I do know is our business office that asked that we add this language because it would be easier for them if they could. They're having more trouble tracking down the money and getting the money, and that is what is taking them the most time right now. So this was something that they requested.
Question, so like, they don't pay,
They don't pay. So we
then what happens? Like, no, based on this,
Yeah.
so we don't accept the
language,
regs.
we've sent them to set off.
Okay, but the same thing's gonna happen regardless what this says, if somebody doesn't have $3,000, they're not gonna pay, so
Well,
does
you're
the
not going to
board,
accept their resignation until they do that.
so the person has to
It's
go to
required to
work?
come to work.
No, you're not going to accept their resignation, so that means they can't go work anywhere else under their license until they've been officially, the board has officially accepted a resignation.
And if the board doesn't accept the resignation, we can't replace the position?
It wouldn't be able to be listed until the resignation is final, right?
That'd be up to the board.
That's something that I did check into, and we would, most of the time, what we do is we do proceed with a long-term sub in that position until we can hire it, so there wouldn't be much difference, and the board can, I've checked into that, and the board could hire someone. I
So
made
they
that phone
could
call
not
just today.
release their license, that's kind of the punishment. And right now, we can't do that, if they don't pay it in the 30 days?
Right, right now it's not written that we would not accept their resignation, so that was part of, instead of adding it to the final check, we would do it this way.
So can it say something like, we will not release until this is paid?
There is another school that is how theirs is written, so we can find that and add it.
So it was like a time period?
No, there's no time period, it says that, you're basically that liquidate, they're not gonna release, or accept their resignation until they've received the funds.
I'm thinking of like 2 of ours that have left that did not pursue a new position.
And I think at least one that I know of did not, or didn't go into another teaching position. So even saying you're gonna hold their license, that wasn't gonna affect their decision to leave because they're not planning on being in education anymore.
Well, that and, I mean, if someone has a health concern and they have to resign, you're really gonna say,
No, that's totally different.
Well, we
Well,
thought the same
We're
thing,
still human.
well, I get that.
but we tried that last year, and we were told we still had to follow what was in the agreement. We literally tried the same thing
And
last
she-
year to say, and we were told that she had to pay it because it was in the agreement.
Because she did
And
not
we
appeal it.
even tried to waive the appeal, but we were told it was in the agreement. So holding that against us is not,
I don't think it was holding anything against you. I think we're just trying to understand and look at all of the angles of
holding
this.
against is the wrong phrase, but I don't think that that's a valid argument. How about that? Because we've actually tried that and
Well, and I think maybe in some of those situations, people are not aware of what's in the agreement. And I believe the person you're referencing didn't know about the appeal process because they weren't educated or didn't read the agreement. And so, yes, you were required to follow what the steps were until that person went through the appeal process, till they were educated in that. And so that's not necessarily coming back on you, that's just following the policies. But how you have
I
it,
guess what I'm saying, if the question is, are we going to make them pay, we still had to follow those policies before.
Or maybe it says
So-
liquidating damages must be paid at the time of the resignation is submitted unless an appeal is whatever.
So in the past, Adam has sent the email with it, everything, they've agreed to a payment process, we sent out a payment letter, and then they don't pay it. So until I send my nasty, hey, we're gonna have to send you to collections, cause it's over this hold, we don't get anywhere with it.
so have you been successful in saying we're gonna send you to collections and then you've received payment?
Yes. But then I've also had to turn someone over to collections, so.
Which is all in the agreement already. I mean, that's,
Which
yeah.
is, you're talking about making it easier for the business office, we're trying to take that out so they don't have all that work of sending people to collections.
And sending follow-up letters, I think we have to send 4 letters before you can send someone to collections. So we have to show we've sent it and we're sending it certified letter every time.
I think I just struggle with like the people that aren't going to a new job are still gonna make the business office do this process. Like holding their license is not gonna be,
And I believe before
but I mean,
this language, that's what the boards had as far as a retribution towards somebody, is that they could hold their license. Am I correct on that?
They could appeal to the state for that,
Yeah.
yes.
So it could, even if it's not in our language, can they still do that? Like,
No, what our attorney would tell us is this is in lieu of that.
Okay.
So if they go through this process and they pay and everything, then that would not take place.
Well, and another thing that, since you brought this language to us in this proposal, we may need to look a little bit closer at the dates, only because just to make it black and white and no gray area there. When it says August 1st to May 30th, we're not in school, and then it's June 2nd through June 30th. So really there's like 2 days in there that's not covered in all of this timeline. Like May 31st and June 1st. So somebody could say like, okay, I give you my resignation on the last day of school, which is May 17th, but technically this says you could charge me $3,000 because that was before the May 30th date. So if we're gonna make changes, maybe that's another thing that we want to look at.
I'm making a note of those. So do you want a caucus to rewrite? We're gonna caucus.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can we let's go.
Yeah, the camera stays on, so
Yeah,
if you
we'll
guys wanna
just,
caucus.
yeah, we'll go. If you wanna just knock on the door,
Yep,
whatever, when we
yep,
come
I
back.
can do that.
Thank you.
You got it.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to get
No,
it your
you're fine.
way.
Go ahead.
For sure now.
Thank you.
Adam comes in, the door's locked, people are not able to get in.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Which I don't know if this door's gonna lock when I.
Looks like a crowd of people out there.
Thank you.
focused. Thank you for delivering.
Your kid is home.
Thanks. See, he could have just come here with you.
I know. I asked him, and he said no. I said, okay.
I made him do that like one time. I can't remember if he had like a haircut, and so I got him to the hairdresser. I was like, just walk across the street. Never again. Never again. Yeah, my first one. Well, we did the one. It wasn't.
The dinner thing too.
Yeah, and it was like before I was actually on board, and so and my mom had to go now. And then he and John and Parker
I had
came
to go out
to
and roll my windows up.
because they thought they were being swearing in.
Oh. Thank you.
No, let's not do
You're welcome.
that.
It's a good thing I was
Sorry, guys.
there.
The radar showed big yellow.
Oh, you would have known why I was
Yeah,
calling.
down that way.
Then I pulled these.
Walked outside and seeing clouds.
Oh, I hit my stick.
No idea.
So I feel like
As long as your truck's.
Did you keep one?
Oh, I did not.
Oh, yeah, Ford.
I'm gently handing that to you instead of whacking you in the face. You probably didn't get it.
A crowd.
Where did you go back in?
I just didn't know.
Oh,
It
you
was
put it
fine.
back, okay, I got you. Okay. So we updated the dates to cover all dates. We still feel strongly that it would help the business office and admin from a time and money standpoint, so we kept in the must be paid at time of resignation. And we went ahead and added back in about going to collections if it hasn't been. And we rolled the amounts back to the original.
I think I'm still a little confused about the dates, and again, I know that was something that wasn't originally in your proposal, but just to make it as clear as possible, when somebody resigns, even if they resign on the last day of school or the day after the last day of school, it's still in that August 1st to May 30th? Am I the only
How
one
does that work? Because I've been confused. That was, I've just always gone with this.
I know, and that's what it currently says, but if we're gonna make changes, maybe we should update that. Because really, like, looking at that, when are you supposed to resign? Because every day is listed on there.
So I guess what the problem, the way that I'm reading it,
Mhm.
and maybe this is just me, so the difference is between late resignation and early resignation. So I guess what we really need to do is we need to figure out what constitutes early and what constitutes late.
Yep.
In my mind, the way that I have always read this was if, and tell me if I'm wrong, this is just my understanding. If a teacher tells their admin they're coming back, right, and has signed everything and says we're coming back, and then later says, oh wait, psych, I'm not, then that puts it in the late resignation category. I could be wrong.
So-
This is the way that I've always understood it. Personally, that doesn't necessarily
If
mean.
they resign after that 14th day following the third
Okay.
Friday in May.
So that kind of falls into that. Or do we just need to update the dates around that 14th?
Yeah, I just think that I understand what you're saying, and
Is that how you understand it also?
Yes,
So I'm not,
absolutely. But I think that it leaves room for interpretation, and we don't want
I agree.
that.
okay, so do we need to figure out with the 14th day following the third Friday?
That changes, doesn't it?
It does, it will.
It
Yeah,
changes.
So do we
That's why
need to
that-
add that in somewhere? Oh, Chris has a.
Well, is it? There's like late resignation and or I'm not fulfilling a contract or I'm not
Right,
coming
see,
back.
that's what I'm thinking is there's the, I'm not gonna fulfill the contract that I've already signed versus
Yes,
I'm not signing next year's contract. So I think that's where we need to,
make it clear.
Or should it say the last day of the current school year
Of the contract.
of the contract?
That makes sense to
that
me.
would be more clear.
Because really there's segue, sorry, I'm not supposed to be involved, but I'm talking. There's a little bit of room there because even the 14th day following the third Friday in May to June 1st, whatever days in there would be freebies, I guess. And then the language was originally put in June 1st to June 30th being being the first month of the summer, being a lesser amount. July, obviously we're getting deeper into the summer, more amount, and then August 1st, then we get into the school year. So the higher amount, August 1st through, it would technically be end of contract instead of a date.
Right.
So that would make the most sense.
I like that end of contract.
And maybe
So no
somewhere,
matter
and
what
I
you
don't,
do the contract, it's
So put it more end of contract.
end of teacher's contract or
Actually, like
end
the
of
last day of
employee
school.
contract.
Well, no, that's what he was just saying, it may be,
End of school for kids is not end of school for teachers technically.
right.
well, and everybody's
And
contract
you
is
guys'
different.
contract's technically what, through August? Isn't that correct? Isn't that when you benefits and everything cut off for you guys?
Well, you're not under contract until the next year starts, correct?
After the last day of school.
After the last day of school, you're not on contract anymore until the
August first.
first day of reporting back.
Technically, this says the contract, it doesn't say under contract, but I'm just reading the contract is August 1 through July 31.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was just thinking,
You're
because
thinking- I know you're-
benefits and
you're
all
thinking
that,
business
you're
office
still
wise,
getting
right.
checks and,
Right.
you know, for those
But even if
months and you're
somebody-
still under,
But that happens even if somebody resigns
right?
correctly early in the year and they say at the end of the school year or whatever in their resignation.
The resignation is
They're
actually
still
for
gonna
the
get
end
those
of
checks
still
and
gonna-
benefits and
yeah.
stuff. So I think it would be, you're just trying to get them to not resign during their, during their contract, cause even a resignation letter that says I'm done at the end of the year, you give it in January, then you're still good, cause you're saying it's the end of the year, just not
And maybe
immediately.
that needs to be in
You're giving
somewhere in the
notice.
definition of
You're
late
giving notice,
resignation
right.
is not fulfilling the duties in your current contract.
Do you have it where you can pull it up and we can all brainstorm this together? Is that all right? It's a lot easier than all of us going back and sitting for 20 minutes and then
yes,
bringing
I
back
agree.
and saying.
Yeah, I agree.
If it decides to work.
Yeah, but it's just cut.
And it kind of, it says that in the number one, that is, professional employee provides that the employee has fulfilled or made arrangements to fulfill all obligations. But I don't think it hurts to restate where it says number 4, late resignation is defined as, maybe restating that you are fulfilling your obligations of your current contract. Not fulfilling.
Not fulfilling. So on 4, put not fulfilling. Early resignation.
Cause technically
Do we need to
on
put anything
the
on?
beginning of A, instead of June 1st, you could, the first day following contract or the end of the contract or something.
Yeah.
You could do it on the front and the back if you really wanted to. But
Let's go back up to that number 3 first. No, I'm sorry, number 4. So late resignation is defined as not fulfilling
The current,
duties,
the current contract.
the current contract.
Not fulfilling
Because it says up here,
obligations and
fulfill
duties in the current contract.
Say that again?
fulfill all obligations is what it says
Fulfilling
above. So do we just repeat that?
For the current contract.
All obligations of the current contract.
What does it mean, made arrangements to fulfill?
Extra days. We had to-
Oh. Nice, nice.
Would that have anything to do with if you have to leave early, will you get a Not going. Yep. There's a lot of L's in there.
It's not fulfilling all obligations.
Okay, so late resignation is defined as not fulfilling all obligations.
Under your current contract.
Take out the third.
And so.
I think you probably still need to restate that, cause that's always been the after the 14th day following the third.
So go ahead and.
I don't think it hurts.
After the 14th day following the
Go ahead and highlight that, so when we print it, they can see what.
And then you want the June 1st to be changed to the
14th day.
No, cause you need, there's a grace period where they're able to decide if they
Right.
don't want to return,
What is the typical?
that they're not under contract. But you still don't want them to wait till the first day of the next contract, so I understand. But I think that you need to give some kind of a timeline that they can resign without having a penalty.
Steph's not here to ask, but she would be.
the notice date was so they're supposed to do it by that date, right?
14th day following the, so that's like mid-June?
In May, you mean, the 14th day following the third Friday in May.
It would be something
So
in June.
third, yeah,
It would be the beginning of June.
that may have been when the June 2nd came in.
That,
That
yeah,
was what,
that could
that
have
may
been
have been why
why.
it said June 2nd, cause that may have been.
So do we say? I'm just looking what it would be.
It's true.
That may have been why it said June 2.
May had an early Friday this year. That would have been like. That would have actually been 30th this year. So they overlap.
What if you just said, and I know this is wordy and maybe there's another way to say it, but instead of June 1st or June 2nd, you said 2 weeks after the third Friday in.
Or the 15th.
Well, that's the
The
same.
15th day.
Yeah.
15th day.
You see, that's what I'm sitting here and I'm
'Cause
like,
then that
you
gives
say
there
the
the-
first week of June, but that's not. I feel like we're in the same spot, right?
I just think, there's
There will
maybe
be
a grace period.
of 14 days.
If, I don't know how to word that, but if there was a.
that might just be, we're probably overthinking it and that is the
Right.
easy way,
I
right?
mean, does there really have to be specific dates? Maybe a grace period of 14 days? I don't know.
14 days
14 days
from,
after
Which is
the
2
third,
weeks
the
after, yeah.
14th, third Friday in May.
Cause June 15th.
As long as the sun's shining.
Yeah.
So Mulvane actually says the day following the last date per state statute
well, that
That would
just,
work.
would be
Threw a monkey
that's
wrench
the start.
in.
Cleared it all up, right?
just
That would
let the
work.
state figure it
And
out.
then they do the 15th through the 30th, they break it out. So that first one is the day following the last
Okay.
date per statute.
That would be good.
Okay, I like that, but obviously these numbers also came from somewhere else. So there was another school that we copied and it wasn't, right?
Yeah, I looked, when we drafted the original proposal, it was looking at Rose Hill.
And Rose Hill said June 2nd to May 30. That's exactly where, yeah.
Okay, I like the state, if the guy that is in charge of the hiring is good with state statute, I am too.
Well, and Augusta says the same thing, 14 calendar days from the date of notice. So they all kind of have some kind of
Okay,
that same, just instead of coming up with an actual date, they just say,
okay. I'm
Then
sorry,
you don't
I
have to
gotta
change
look.
it.
yeah. So I can just change that to say what Mulvane does.
Okay, yeah, change it to. Sorry, I'm staring at your computer screen from here. Okay, yep. Is there anything else that we need to? Want to print that, or is there anything else?
Your laptop didn't work.
It's been working, and I need to say something and.
It's
spinning. I'm collecting. Thank you. Thank you. So wait, so that made me have, should we have changed that May 31st?
I think so too.
Hmm.
Are you talking about the
May
letter
31st?
C? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking at what are, Mulvane is where we're taking it. There says starting August 1st.
So anything past August 1st, it's this.
To what date?
It's left open. So the $400 starts at the day following the last day per statute. 800 June 15th through the
So-
30th, and then
It would go
1,200
to-
anything after July 1st, and 3,000 anything after August 1st.
To the day before state statute?
Or can we just say the end of contract?
Well,
Right.
everybody
Last
has
day
the
of
same
contract.
end, right? So it's just,
The last
I'm
day
fine
of the
with-
current contract.
End of employee's contract.
I'm fine with that.
I feel like that overlaps.
This is
Like it needs to
after
say the
July
day
31st.
previous to the last day per state standard. Cause the contract could go past that.
Yeah, the So
Whatever it
people
is.
have like extra days and stuff like that,
It's
so if
when
you
it's
just
a
put
leave
in
as a
end of
given
employee's
contract.
contract.
Then that
Then
covers everybody regardless of
Yeah.
when their last day is.
Yeah.
So that's just
Which we
July.
kept that. So yeah, if we just change August 1st to end of contract. Change May 31st to end of contract.
What part?
Anything last day for state statute.
No point you had to. What you're required to do. Statute. And then. Others as on or after office works and prior to completion of the contract term.
Well,
Just further toward that,
this
right?
is the state statute, that 14th day following the third.
Okay.
That's the state statute.
Okay.
So I think it's just, then you don't have to restate that.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Question. Okay. We can take this for a vote, I guess.
Okay.
Let's sign on it.
This one.
Somebody want to start a copy around?
I'll keep Bob's.
Make
Oh,
sure.
okay, got it.
Yeah, if I get you on my note.
Yeah, hit me with it. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
That's good. Thank you.
You made an airplane out of it.
There you go.
It's right there, is the last one.
Some big and bold. Cursing.
Oh. So we did that.
Welcome.
We didn't date it. I don't know if we need to date yours
Oh, I'm
too.
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That was on me.
You didn't catch that.
Just gotta say one thing. Nope, I got it. I think we're happy with where we are on things if we wanna go.
Wanna look at what we still have on the table, or?
Sure.
Okay. So, on the insurance, there's no change, so we probably don't need that still on the table.
Does anybody have any issues in ease or anything?
I'm sorry, what?
On getting in the ease system, has anybody had any issues or anything with getting in?
I haven't tried it.
tried it yet.
Okay, I haven't either. I know this year we can't actually log in for people and see what they're seeing, so that's gonna be a change, but I know Matthew will be in this, later this week, so. If anybody has any issues.
Is there any rollover on Flex?
I believe Flex does have a rollover. I'll have to look and see what amounts. I can't remember what the amounts were. I'm wondering, my brain, don't quote me on this, maybe 500. I can't remember what the rollover is, but I can look into that.
Okay.
Retirement incentive.
Incentive tabled in August.
I'm fine.
Or we need to revisit that? Okay.
Leave reimbursement. Talked about July.
I think that was your proposal.
It was, and I'm fine with tabling that, just
Moving that,
just
okay.
That's off the table.
So we are taking.
I think we'll need to bring it up again next year, but just
So we're taking it
in
off.
an effort of time, I would
Great.
I thought that's what we were saying.
Obviously supplementals go to 20. Bereavement signed off. We signed off. Parental leave still out there. Teachers who substitute still out there.
Clock hours is taken off for next year, for the calendar, I guess you have that up there.
Flex
For the
days,
next year or so.
Next day we signed off on.
signed off on, okay.
You probably have it down there if you scroll down.
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah, I did, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's after August 25th.
Oh, sorry.
You have it highlighted.
That turquoise color.
Excuse his age.
Yeah.
She was talking about this morning.
Oh, no, that was the reimbursement. The retirement incentive, I'm sorry, did you say retirement incentive you wanted to leave on or wanted to take off?
Retirees, so we're gonna take off.
Off.
Maybe I should highlight these too.
In a different color.
Yep.
Even if it's action, so we'll just be happy.
Alright, so universal leave has not been discussed. This one is highlighted too.
So kind of looks like to me that the big one still is salaries, it's still on the table. First of all, we want to say thank you for the meeting last week, organizing that and putting that together. That informational meeting was good. I think we still, as a team, had some difficulty understanding and all the complications and things of the budget and all the changing that happens at the state level. We still have some questions, but overall, we felt like it was positive, so we appreciate that. So it's my understanding that at the last board meeting, increases were approved for the administrators' salaries, is that correct? And was that information shared with us?
No, we just sent out contracts this week, so we haven't even.
They haven't even signed.
Usually
sign those yet.
So, when I was, the, request that we made for information, I know that admin salaries were on that request. And when I looked at that earlier this week, I noticed that what you sent us was the 23-24 salaries. And so I didn't have access to last year's salaries. And then if that's changed again last Monday, that would be kind of pertinent information for us to see as well.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's on there, so. Do we have that in? For admin? You don't have a spreadsheet for it yet? Can you get one together?
Yeah, we can get one, it's not one that have.
Is that something that we can do now, or we need more time?
I'll just have to pull it, I don't have that, it's not actually on a table anywhere.
And then are you talking about the 24, 25, or the?
Well, I'll have to see, cause Steph pulled that for you guys and usually she doesn't give you the she gives you 24, 25 stuff, so. Yeah,
You have that?
yes,
Just
yeah, but I don't know if you want that on there.
well, we're in a bind.
Okay. And just if you have a chance to double check, because what I show, it says 23, 24 amounts under that folder that
Okay.
you sent. So if we could get the last year's and the new ones, that would be good.
I'm gonna make the big crunching sound.
Yeah, it's 23, so I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that. I'm going with what it says. Do you guys want to go meet too?
I remember.
Let us know if you want to come. Thank you.
Go ahead, I'm going to take up the rear.
Go Cindy,
Go.
it's your birthday, go Cindy.
That's right.
March. doesn't get hard to go.
So tired. So tired. Yeah. Same. Yes. Which is great.
like holidays.
Woohoo! I thought that was gonna take a lot longer. Just some copying and pasting. Not too bad.
Here it is.
It was an accident.
So you say.
Do you, wait, okay, but they, oh, you were gonna tell him. You checked the other,
I
it just had, it didn't
Yeah,
change, okay.
what they have is correct, it's just that.
Yeah, meeting this might be actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's right.
Well, then here.
to add a little to
Dina. Really made one, sorry. So. So Darcy did double check the one that Steph sent you before that had the 23, 24. It was the 24, 25 data, it just wasn't updated at the
Okay,
top.
and I was assuming that because some of the members on there weren't here the previous
Oh,
year,
that's
but
Yep.
I'm only
Yep.
looking at what I'm looking at, so I wanna make sure
You have to make
I've
sure.
got the right things, so. Okay. We're gonna need a minute, if we could, to look at this, so we're gonna go back to.
Just knock on your door, just clear straight.
Yeah, sorry, I just gave it to you guys from there. Go team. Go team. Hey, what did this year versus four?
You do well here. Go for it. It's all yours.
Those are the best.
Harper had a room full of kids, a basement full of kids watching the handle games. So we watched, and my phone was like, my mom could ask me. So I just went to her and found it. Oh, so they're done fast. You just text me to be like, gosh.
I'm glad.
She didn't care. She gets actually.
Like it.
She
Never
just
really
gets.
anybody got, I don't think senior year. It's like best practice. Before I had a brick.
My mom came down.
And we had a practice.
But they get there by time.
We'd sneak on that thing.
Because they want to change
Start
face.
face. Like
Hats.
actually green. You were ready to go by 6.
Yeah.
Because they put it in.
So they're like, if you're gonna do that, we're gonna start it at 6.
And they said, "Anna, come practice that." Like, there's the past year, because I'm like, I go, oh, no. So she's gonna try, because one of the 6 is that too. No, it's school. I don't get it. How did it? She could walk it, whatever.
I love that.
My kid. Except she's kind of, she's kind of much. That girl. She's great.
Retirement incentive for unused leave,
That's what we took off.
that's off the table.
I already like our mom tries to take some pictures.
This one, yes.
So she did that. You guys see, yeah. Are you guys taking pictures together later?
Mom's making us take family pictures.
She's pushing me too.
It's not even school colors or anything. You
No,
guys are
that's
good.
what's like so bizarre. If we both showed up wearing the same red shirt, that'd be what tempted to wear this thing.
Do the hard thing.
You guys college?
I know.
Leave reimbursements off the table.
Oh, is there a meeting after this?
There was that? Yeah. Brett, would you like to come sit?
I was like,
You wanna come sit in the table, you can.
I thought that was you, but I couldn't figure out why you were here.
That's all right.
Hi.
Good. You guys busy? We have
negotiation.
We got you guys right after.
You're on
Yeah,
camera right
you're
now,
after.
so wait.
Yeah. He's like,
What are you guys doing? What's going on?
Negotiations.
negotiations.
Negotiations?
Yeah.
You need somebody to come in here and make the deal? Huh? Deal or no
No, I
deal?
looked out there and I thought that was you, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah, I think you guys are at 6, right?
Or whatever.
Or whatever.
Whenever this is
It
over.
doesn't take
Whenever we
very
get
long.
out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
At that time.
We got that on.
We got it. We were there and then stayed up there for 2 years. We were the system. Was there for some years.
I had a lot to do.
He was going into construction. He was trying to get it told that. He wanted over there, so like, take care of his chief.
I'll get hit again.
So sorry.
Just
I'm the mean one.
I know, do you see what he said?
That was all right.
Yes. I know. Yeah.
Alright, that one, yes.
So.
We had to take that off the table so that we're making a point to make sure that the calendar committee talks about it next year, right? Any reimbursement I would have talked about, but I would rather talk about it. Give them a contract and do stuff, right?
On occasions.
Is that all right?
Insurance,
just there was no changes.
yeah, there was no changes.
So I don't know if you would put taken off the table or just no changes for the year. Maybe we leave, I mean, cause it wasn't really taken off the table, there just was no changes for the year.
Which is a big deal.
I think it's a good deal.
It's a big deal.
Oh, man.
Okay, so items agreed upon, resignation policy, improvement. Match. What's this? And
There's no customers for record. There's no.
confused earlier, so I had to organize this. Still on the table, supplementals, parental leave, teachers who substitute,
Oh, great.
salary schedule, and other stuff.
I said I wanted to just, I don't know if we agreed on it, but I was like, I would rather just move on. Because with the financial constraints of this year,
We can say that. That's like our responsibility.
I thought I had done.
I know, but I don't think you know grandparents saying.
Right?
Can we caucus for a minute?
Caucus?
I just thought of something.
I can come get you on
Yes,
the.
please do.
Yep.
Just really,
Go to Adam's office and we'll share it. That's right. Just, I have a, my brain.
What?
Sounds amazing. I do, I have kids. And I have a little boy that likes to play with finger cakes, so. Yeah, seriously. Why does your have to be first up? Water. Because it's just salt. And so this is just salt, and that is baking soda.
Well, sure got good,
And
nice,
salts are
yeah.
electrolyte, right? And so it's just a preservative. But like these are fine preservatives, calcium chloride.
Mine will be next, I
Yeah.
can bake it.
Yes, you see them. Oh, I have your eyes.
I know that's not the periodic table.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I mean, I wish they would just say, baking
So
soda.
there's a.
No,
There's a,
okay.
I mean, I have just sodium bicarbonate, I know that helps baking soda, like I have to think about it.
They had, they usually have a food truck, so that's what they're all, and they have traditional.
Dude, if you give me space crap, that's what I know, I don't, the other stuff.
Chicken,
Google it, just throw it.
How was your trip this summer?
It was so good. And it's good.
Did you go Colorado?
I summer trips last spring, I went to, Disney Springs, and I went to the space mountain. I bought a space symposium, so I can have lots of space days, so I forget to work out. It was amazing. So I'll keep it at work. There was a point about a dog game razors at the more, Runway, Popular, I don't know, one of those, whichever one is not in the store. But,
I mean, it's.
so we were there, and I had to dress for this.
It's
Because it's like
It's not,
business, science business, and space business.
nobody claims to.
I was sitting there, and I'm getting my parents trying to figure out where I'm going, and I heard back to my because it's people everywhere.
Have you ever been to the Oklahoma City Special Science?
I know, it's on the list. It's on the list.
So we have an exploration base.
Yeah, we-
And the music on there.
Mhm.
And I took my kids to Frontier City one day, to the Vex.
Mhm.
$40 for the season.
There you go.
Let's do it.
Go.
So Frontier City one day.
That's great.
We can come in another weekend. We can go this.
Mhm.
It was awesome.
It's huge, is what I've heard.
And they had a little video.
Go ahead and. That's figuring that out, right? Just so that was figuring it out. So, you guys look at it, so, like,
We're able to probably eventually have take pictures for you.
It's not.
So, in the interest of time, because we know we're coming to the end of this meeting, we feel like we haven't had enough time to look at the information that was given to us today, because it wasn't given to us prior to today, and that we weren't 100% sure about what was sent to us as far as the admin contracts. So we really needed a little bit more time, and we don't want to continue on without having time to review all of that. However, we do have one proposal that we'd like to hand to you for you to look at and possibly discuss as we come back
Okay.
for the next meeting. I'll get done theirs and then I know that we briefly discussed the possibility of adding some language that would eliminate the back and forth on the percentage versus a fixed amount per cell. Our team has gone through a lot of discussion on this, primarily because the survey that we gave to our bargaining unit prior to starting negotiations, we asked this specific question about percentages versus an amount. And overwhelmingly, everybody wanted the percentage. However, we want to try to come to an agreement, a little give and take here, so we are willing to take this back, even though we know that there may be some pushback from the bargaining unit on it. We're just proposing for this year and the following year, not to have a extended schedule, but just a 2-year trial, potentially. But this is just proposing that for this school year, we would talk about a flat fixed rate per cell. And next school year, the 26-27 year, we would look at a percentage. So that's the proposal we'd like to give you, so you have some time to discuss.
Thank you.
And bring it back for the next time.
Okay.
And then I think we probably need to set a next meeting.
And I cleaned up the document, just so you guys know, since I
Sorry.
got confused in my old age earlier in the, so on the table section, items agreed upon section, and tabled items section. So if you guys see any mistakes in any of that, please let me know.
Can we all get a copy of that?
Of the
Principals,
the administrators.
admin.
You just want me to share it with you guys?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
fine.
what's the easiest.
Do that way.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think looking at next week, I'm free. Monday and Tuesday.
But I don't know if I'll make it to either of those anyway. Oh, I will. I could do Tuesday.
The 23rd.
I have PDC here that day.
What time is that at?
It's after school.
I think it's right after school.
Not when stuff.
You
I
may boss,
don't-
you may boss chatter.
We have
I think
PLT.
we use it.
there.
Do I need to just have?
Well, he sent out that survey and that's
Yep.
when most of us could do
Sure.
it. It's the only reason I couldn't say on that. That'd
Yeah,
be
no,
up to you.
it's hard schedule.
You're the boss. I am not.
I'll make Monday work.
Does that work for you?
Yes.
Monday then?
Well, I just have to have somebody else do my concessions for me, but they've been great about it this year.
So this is the 22nd.
So Monday the 22nd, 4 to 6.
Okay?
He heard that.
So John might
heard
Oh,
his
you
name
heard
and
his
he
name?
came.
I had your back.
Like a little puppy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She said, please get me out of it, please get me out of it.
No, I would never.
That was also
You don't believe that for an
John might be
instant.
able to go.
It's on camera.
It's on camera.
Oh, no, I forgot we were on camera.
That's okay.
So Monday the 22nd.
If you have any other questions about that, please email us.
Okay, thank you.
Dina, I think it's in there. I just pasted it, so I'm trying to see
In the
in the original
folder
request.
or whatever that.
Yeah,
in the